Welcome everyone. This is Roxanne Grinage. It's November 10th, 2009. I'm founder and 9-year demonstrator of a standard access mechanism which utilizes the internet technologies to allow a previously unseen, unmeasured, unaccommodated population of work product contributors, disadvantaged creators of careers, and people who have had challenges for entering fairly into industries of litigation, engineering, education, entertainment, technology, community development, military and defense to provide a fair and standard access to documentation of rights of ownership so that the quality of life can be raised so we eventually get best and superior quality work products available to us as consumers, and quality of life is raised for the unmeasured, unaccommodated population of work product contributors because they now have earnings and exposure opportunities. It's November 10th, and I'm just here to report today that my HireLyrics is a constituency. So the group of collaborators and actual clients within the standardly accessed portal constituency via internet technologies has enough data to report that we have viable, strong, really good case studies data for CPS victims who want to enter fairly into the litigation arena for protecting rights of ownership to their constitutional right to decide what happens to their families. Okay, their children of all ages, and to help rescue children of all ages from the machine-like, systematically evolved slaughtering that is being experienced here in the U.S., in America, through the systematic violation of constitutional rights and civil rights. Capital crimes are being committed by criminals who have positioned themselves within family courts and social worker agencies, paid foster care agencies, service care providers, having titles of esquire, judge, and social worker, and so on. So we, as I've said in other videos, let me just say right now, the document links to it, we use the internet technology, so all of our documents that are being produced for anyone who has standardly presented, URLs for the documents will be available, that they're uploaded to iGoogle or being disseminated through the internet as PDFs, and they are available on pages at www.HireLyrics.org. That's HireLyrics.org. But if for any reason HireLyrics.org is not viewable, they are uploaded independent of HireLyrics.org, and they have their own iGoogle URLs, and those URLs are in the sidebar, and URLs to other videos and learning that we're sharing and teaching and that we're receiving. And thank you very much to the worldwide population of standardly accessed portal presenters that does share its learning with us. And I just can't say this enough, not since slavery, not since abolitionist time, not since the American Revolution, where libertarians, people that believed in freedom, stood up and said, no more, I will not be enslaved, I will not be oppressed. Do we need heroes now to strategically, responsibly, and lawfully fight to end the slow first? First we have to slow them, we have to back them up, right? Because it's systematic, and they have they being the criminals that are doing this, the esquires and the judges, they have the advantage of status quo. They haven't been questioned, they haven't been challenged yet, and so they're able to do this and move systematically, clandestinely, and by the time you realize that your family's been destroyed and the economy has been defrauded by the identity theft that occurs, the kidnap for profit, the selling children for profit, the human trafficking, that the sex industry and the sex entertainment industry is enhanced, and our science and our medicine and our healthcare is depleted, is detracted from. We have soldiers missing from our military and our defense because our children of all ages were damaged or destroyed through a systematic process where these criminal esquires and judges actually became fatter and engorged by consuming our children, our children's identities, our children's benefits, federally funded benefits, state funded benefits, and so on. So they have the advantage of status quo because they've been doing this systematically, traditionally, for so long that people are like in dismay and we're in shock, as anybody who's under attack is, before we can retaliate lawfully. So the answer is going to be, as I've said in my other videos, to use the internet technologies to grow collaborations, where these collaborations, it'll be some CPS victims primarily, but it'll also be ethical attorneys, it'll be ethical lawmakers, it'll be ethical social workers, it'll be ethical professionals, you know, and we will collaborate and actually use the litigation industry to expose and remove those criminals, expose them as criminals first, strip them of the judicial immunity in the 1983 Civil Rights Act that they're hiding behind and that they're using to sidestep criminal accountability for the capital crimes of racketeering, conspiracy, kidnap for profit, human trafficking, and prolonged child abuse that they're doing. So I just wanted to show you that we actually have data where we can measure now the synergy between courts for the purpose of court reform. Okay, so we have corruption in family courts. But our case studies are all coming out of the United States Eastern District, the United States District Court for the Eastern District of Pennsylvania, because I live here in Philadelphia, and that's where my victimization occurred, in corrupt Philadelphia Family Court. However, we're demonstrating by use of the internet technologies that information can be shared and accessed standardly across the world. The community becomes a worldwide community. However, we're focused only on the U.S. because our other data is about U.S. economy and stimulus budget implementation and the budget crisis here. So I just want you to know that these case studies are available now as documents, and you can see the method that a lay person can use to attract ethical counsel. And the method is first to recognize your constitutional right to present pro se in federal courts. Present on your own behalf and submit to the federal court clerk a document which is compliant, which is a complaint, which would open up your docket number. It would open up a docket number for you and your claims, your complaint in the federal court districts. Only complain about what you have proof for. Do not ask for a change of venue for custody. Do not ask for a change of venue. Connect the relationships that show criminal intent, which you have plenty of these proofs. Another thing I'm going to show you is how to produce. Another thing, if you go to these links in the sidebar, is examples of how we have taken what CPS victims already have. CPS victims can take what they already have, which is their police reports, their proofs that they've been denied protection, their proofs that their children are assaulted, their proofs of their children's sexual abuse, their injuries, their proofs of the verbal, mental, emotional, physical violence, their proof of the neurosis, mental injury due to parent alienation syndrome. They can take these proofs of previous judges denying protection, previous rules that weren't followed in previous courts, and they can produce these proofs into exhibits as evidence that go along with the complaints. And after you do the complaints, or at the same time you do the complaints, follow through with your lower court, your superior court, the state level appeals of the entities that you try to ensnare you by having you running here, there, and everywhere in every different direction. But if you are able to answer, you can answer pro se. Ask for a petition to file in forma pauperis. Ask for the permission to proceed. Show how the crimes that have been committed against your family have actually imposed the poverty upon you that you're suffering, and at least petition the court for in forma pauperis.